Good morning. It's a cloudy day, but it's not supposed to rain. The dogs and I are going to Rockport State Park, and we're going to take a hike called the Evergreen Trail through old growth forest. It's supposed to be about 3 miles, and we might add a little extra trail on at the end down to the Skagit River. It should be a quiet day, I hope, and it's a beautiful drive up there, so if I see anything to show you on the way, I will record something. All right, I said I'd share if I saw something beautiful. And when you come into Darrington, the mountains here are just gorgeous. This is Whitehorse. And as I turned around to come back and get this shot, I saw 3 bald eagles in one field and another behind me. So there's not just one behind me, but there's 2. Let's see if it'll maintain focus here. There's one. There were 3 in another field, and there's another one right there. There's the parking lot. Beautiful moss. Hiking partners. Nice bathroom. And we'll get up here and take a look at the map so we can see the trail that we're doing today. We are here and we are going to go this way along the Evergreen Trail, out this way. Sorry, the dogs are pulling. We're gonna just basically follow this green trail all the way around. It'll run into the West Loop Interpretive Trail. And then when we get back here, I think we might go do the Skagit View Trail too. That's just another, it looks like, mile. And I think the Evergreen Trail is a total of 3, so we'll check it out. This Rockport State Park is most noted for its old growth forest. Some of the trees are estimated to be 400 to 600 years old. And it did actually have a campground, but they noticed that the campground had danger from falling limbs and things from the old growth trees. And because they're trying to protect the old growth primarily, they went ahead and closed the campground rather than cutting the old growth. There's so much thick moss out here. It's amazing. So far, this is super well signed. Every intersection is how do you are here with the entire trail system map. Really, really appreciated. Across a little stream. About a half mile in, going kind of eastish from the car. We're about to cross another stream, but this one just goes through a culvert. It's a great big tree, fell right across the trail. So we're just walking up around it. And then rejoin the trail. tree. It's uprooted and fallen, but it's been caught in its neighboring trees. Here's the broken fir. It grew from 1660 to 1974. It's when this tree finally fell, or was felled. I was 2. Let's check it out. I'm about 1.33 miles in, and we are at another junction. One goes uphill and one goes straight ahead. So it looks like we are here, and we're going to go ahead and go up the hill and around on the Evergreen Trail. The other one goes back to the service road, so you could kind of cut through if you wanted to make a smaller loop. That's pretty cool. Frodo's so impatient to get going. I believe the stream we're following, and I think we'll cross it pretty soon, is called Fern Creek. Get some better views. So this bridge was made in 2012 by volunteers of the Whidbey Island Retired Chief Petty Officers Association out of Oak Harbor. It's a beautiful bridge and a really cool little waterfall. For reference, look at the size of this root ball. You can see how long it's been there. There's little trees growing out of it, and I'm actually under another fallen tree, but I wanted to show you this section because, sorry, the light's going to be kind of bad for a second. There's another root ball and another just massive root ball. This is huge. These are big trees that fell. This one really recently. I can't even get it all in my view here. I can't believe I've never hiked this trail. It is just an absolute delight. This is a great one for the winter. Fairly lowland. It's in the 30s today, but with the sunshine, it's still pretty warm. The dogs are pulling me right along, so we're staying pretty warm. But the sound of the streams and the woodpeckers and ravens and all of this gorgeous moss and these huge trees, wow. .44 miles. I've got a left and a right I can take. And I can see that either one of these goes around the West Loop Interpretive Trail. And it doesn't show where it runs into, oh yeah, maybe down here is where it runs into the trail we're gonna go on next. But I think we're just gonna make a right and take the longer way today. Also, there's a bridge to the right. The bridge is always the right way to go. Every bridge is like a little adventure. This part of the trail has interpretive signs. This one talks about the forest floor and how at first glance it might seem like it's just plants, but if you were to sit and watch it for a while without noisy dogs, you would probably see some really neat stuff, especially when it's not winter. This one talks about the value of even the dead trees. They provide animal homes. Bugs live in there that woodpeckers eat. So the dogs stopped to sniff some ferns, and while they did, I noticed something over here that was interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out very well, but there are tiny bones right here, and more tiny bones right there. And what those are from is from an owl pellet. So an owl was perching up in this tree, and they eat all of their prey, and then they throw up a pellet, which contains a lot of the hair and the bones. I see another one over here. Sometimes you can identify what they've been eating. I don't want to poke around too much, but I think I see a rodent incisor possibly there. Can't tell for sure. I don't see any owls up there right now, but it does look like a nice soft perch, maybe on that branch. There's a giant fir tree. It just stretches way, way up there. .87, and I am at another junction. The Evergreen Trail goes both directions. Once again, we have this really helpful "you are here," and I am going to, whoops, you are here, and I'm going to go right along here. I've got 0.2 miles, it looks like, until I get to my turnoff for the Skagit View Trail. In. So pretty. I'm about 3¼ miles in and just wrapping up the Evergreen Trail loop, which was phenomenal. And I either missed the Skagit View Trail or it forks off around here, so I'm just going to check in with the nearest "you are here" map and see if I can figure it out. I did pass one turn just maybe 1/10 of a mile back that wasn't signed, so we'll find out. Okay, we are here, so I think that might have been the one I passed right here. Maybe I should have taken that, but it looks like, yep, I think I'm going to go back and take that. More like 2/10 of a mile back, I guess, to where I saw this turn. And there is the trail that I saw, and here is the signpost. So let's see if this gets us to the start of the Skagit View Trail or not. It looked like kind of maybe a dotted line rough trail until we get to the beginning. I'm not sure. And I know we're gonna have to cross the road. I'm not sure if there's a way under it, if we're gonna have to actually go over the highway here. Well, there's another sign. So we just did this 1/10 of a mile down. We're at the road, and it looks like we do have to cross over it. There's no path under, and the trail should pick up on the other side. And we're gonna veer to the right. All right, we found it. So there's also the Sauk Springs Trail, which I'm intrigued by, but we're just gonna do one of these two today, and that will be the Skagit View Trail. So off we go. Right now it looks like a service road, and we're starting out right along Highway 20. Still a nice wide trail. Maybe I'm another 1/10 in, or slightly more, on the Skagit View Trail, and there's a junction, which is helpful. So this is the other side of the Sauk Springs Trail. So We're gonna just continue going straight, but we will be doing a loop. I'm not sure which way we'll pick. And then we'll come back this way. We're about a half mile since leaving the car the second time, and we are now at the junction of the Skagit View Loop Trail. And I think we're gonna take the left and we'll come back on the larger trail. We've got a little ravine here to the left. There's some beautiful big trees on this section of the trail as well. Looks like they shored up this trail. Looking good. Now you can see that ravine a little better. So maybe you can see some sparkling through the trees. I'm definitely seeing the water from up here, but not very clearly, and I don't think we're gonna get down on the banks. I think maybe we'll just get a high view, because we're way up here. Oh, there's a little peekaboo view. Let's see if I can zoom in. Skagit sparkling through the trees down there. I think we'll drive down to it after this and maybe see if we can find some eagles. And this is the turnaround. Our trail goes back that way for the other part of the loop. We've reached the park boundary here. And you can see a little bit of it. You can see some of it through the trees here. Beautiful. We're just heading back from the little picnic table back to the car. I think we've got maybe a half mile. And if I see anything interesting, I will show you. Otherwise, I will touch base when I get to the car. Back at the car, our total hike distance was about 4.5 miles, and our elevation gain was 580 feet. That was a wonderful, peaceful hike. The forest here is gorgeous. I couldn't have asked for better weather today. The dogs enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'd love to come back here in the spring or summer when there's a little more wildlife, maybe some banana slugs and frogs and things like that. All the creeks were beautiful music. I think just in a few parts you could still hear Highway 20, and that was the only negative thing I can even think of to say about these trails here. I guess I would have liked to see more of the Skagit River from the Skagit River View Trail, but I could get some peekaboo views, probably more enjoyable to me in person than it is on camera. But this is definitely a place I'll come back and hike. I think this one is probably good throughout most of the year since it's lower in elevation. I'm at a roadside park. I just wanted to come down and see the beautiful Skagit River without all those trees in the way. And look at those mountains. Gorgeous.